Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald Land. There's thick-shaped volcanoes, you'll even find a French fry thatch. Now just turn around and see if you won't find a hamburger patch as you're heading for.
Order the McDonaldland meal today and get the Mount McDonaldland shake with your very own character souvenir kit.
She's made up her mind to live pretty smart. Learn to budget responsibly right from the start. She spends a little less and puts more into savings. Keeps her blood pressure low and credit score raises. She's cutting debt right out of her life. She tracks her cash flow on a spreadsheet at night.
Boring money moves make kinda lame songs, but they sound pretty sweet to your wallet. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network. Hello there, Grace Alice here, just popping in your ears to say I really hope you're enjoying the G-Spot, and we have a treat for you. You're about to hear a teaser of one of our bonus episodes. So if you like what you hear, you can go and get loads more where that came from. If you sign up to Head Stuff Plus, you get my weekly bonus episodes, so that's double the G-Spot content you're going to get. You get ad-free listening, you get access to the bonus content of all the other Head Stuff podcasts as well, and there's some brilliant ones. And of course, it's an amazing way to support the G-Spot, which I truly, truly appreciate. All you have to do is head over to headstuffpodcast.com, sign up for as little as €5 plus VAT per month. Enjoy! Another great way that toys are used, and another reason why you can introduce it to your sex life is, and I've heard this from a lot of women, and it's kind of happened, I suppose, in a roundabout way for myself as well, but a lot of women actually have their first orgasm if it is a bit later in life. So if it is in, say, their 20s or 30s upwards, a lot of the time it can be from using a toy. Because they probably, again, wouldn't have had access or been using toys when they were younger. And nor should we, nor should children be running around with sex toys. But, I've talked before about how children often masturbate before knowing what it is. And it's not necessarily sexual, it's self-soothing and self-stimulation. But they sometimes give themselves orgasms, again, without knowing what they are. And then when you get a bit older, there is more of a sexual element and context to it, and you use it to bring yourself sexual pleasure. And then when you're an adult, you have the money and the access and what all to buy sex toys if you like. And a lot of women will have their first orgasm with a sex toy, which is good. That's great, okay? That does not mean they're going to need a sex toy forever to have an orgasm. That's another myth. That does not. We can rewire kind of messages between our brain and body when it comes to pleasure. And I'm like, the more pleasure, the better. Okay, if the vibrator works for you, fantastic. If you want to learn how to orgasm without a vibrator, that is absolutely fine too. I'm all for broadening your opportunities for pleasure, and really, having as many options as possible. So you can absolutely start to do that. And, one way you can do that is just starting off with the vibrator, using it on and off and alternating with, say, your hand or your partner or whatnot. Or bring yourself quite close to orgasm, but then bring it back again. Kind of like edging, essentially. You're bringing yourself to the edge of orgasm, and then you're stopping. And then you're bringing yourself to the edge again, and then you're stopping. And you're building that sexual arousal so much that you're increasing the likelihood that you're actually going to be able to orgasm in the grand finale using your hand, because there's that sexual energy is built up and you're really aroused and stimulated. But yes, so if you've had orgasms on your own, okay, with a vibrator, and you haven't yet orgasmed with a partner, and again, I know a lot of women in that position, bringing the vibrator into partnered sex can be a great way to bridge that gap. So, for example, if I use a wand, let's just say a vibrating wand, to make myself come when I'm on my own, then when I'm with my partner, I can show him that, okay? And he can use it on me, or I can use it while he watches, or I can use it while he kisses me or stimulates another part of my body. You know, again, maybe the nipples or the inside of the vagina, the anus, whatever you're into, honey, it's up to you. Sometimes women will say, oh, I just feel a bit weird with him watching me. So if that's not something you like the idea of, that's okay. One thing you can do is have him basically sit against the headboard in a sitting position. You sit then back onto him, so your back is against his chest, and use the wand in that way. So he or they or whoever they are kind of behind you. So they're not watching you, but they're still involved in the experience. You can turn your head, you can kiss them, they can kiss your neck, they can again touch other parts of your body while you're using the toy on yourself. And what that does is, it's not about the toy or not using the toy right. It's if you're able then to bring yourself to orgasm with the partner, that can then start to become a bit more like muscle memory when you're with your partner. So, because do you know when you build up something in your brain to be like, I can't come with a partner, I can't come with a partner, I can't come with a partner, that makes it less likely you will come with a partner. But if you give yourself the best chance, so, you know, if you can come on your own, how do I translate that into partnered sex? And then if you're able to come with your partner, that kind of psychological block can be unblocked a little bit. And you might find next time you are able to orgasm again. Now, it's not all about orgasm, but this is just another benefit of a sex toy and how you can bring it from solo sex into partnered sex. It's a really nice way to bridge that gap. And then hopefully once you kind of see and your brain and body has rewired a bit so that, oh, I'm actually able to have an orgasm when my partner is with me using this toy, then you can maybe explore other ways of having an orgasm together. Because again, maybe that initial psychological switch has been switched off or switched on. I don't know which it is, but switched the other way, flicked. The switch has been flicked, no pun intended.
To hear the full episode, sign up at headstuffpodcast.com or click the link in the description.
This show is part of the Headstuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Headstuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.